Napoleon Bonaparte. Introduction. Born in 1769 on a small island in the Mediterranean, a child would one day change the fate of Europe. He would become one of history's greatest military commanders and one of its most controversial figures. This is the story of Napoleon Bonaparte, from ordinary officer to emperor. Corsica and childhood. Napoleon was born on August 15, 1769, in Ajaccio, Corsica. His family was of Italian descent, and while not part of the French nobility, was considered middle class. Known from an early age for his serious and reserved character, Napoleon was sent to France at the age of 9 to begin his military education. His Corsican accent and unfamiliar surroundings often isolated him from his peers, but this experience helped forge a strong will and sense of independence in him. Military education and first steps. After completing his education at a military academy near Paris, Napoleon joined the army as an artillery officer. His talent for mathematics set him apart in the art of artillery. But his true opportunity came with the French Revolution, which began in 1789. The revolution dismantled the old aristocratic system, opening the door for talented individuals of ordinary birth to rise, and Napoleon did not let this opportunity slip away. Toulon and first fame. During the siege of Toulon in 1793, Napoleon took command of the artillery forces and played a decisive role in recapturing the city. This victory earned him the rank of general at just 24 years old. The Italian campaign and Egypt. Sent to Italy in 1796, Napoleon led a small, poorly equipped army to a string of victories against Austrian forces. His rapid maneuvering and ability to outmaneuver the enemy spread his reputation as a military genius across Europe. In 1798, he turned his attention to Egypt, driven by both strategic and personal ambitions for glory. Though the campaign ultimately failed, it sparked his interest in Eastern culture and ancient history and led to the discovery of the famous Rosetta Stone. Seizing power. Returning to France in 1799, Napoleon took advantage of political instability to carry out a coup and declared himself first consul. 5 years later, in 1804, he went even further and declared himself Emperor of France. During the grand ceremony at the cathedral, he placed the crown on his own head rather than letting the Pope do it, a famous gesture symbolizing that he answered to no one. The height of the empire. Over the following years, Napoleon brought nearly half of Europe under his control. His victory at the Battle of Austerlitz in 1805 against the combined forces of Russia and Austria is considered one of the greatest strategic achievements in military history. But he was more than just a commander. He created the Napoleonic Code, a legal system reflecting principles of civil equality, which still influences the legal systems of many countries today. The Russian campaign and the beginning of the end. But 1812 marked a turning point for Napoleon. The massive army he sent into Russia, nearly 600,000 soldiers, was almost entirely destroyed by harsh winter conditions, long distances, and inadequate supplies. This defeat shattered his image of invincibility and pushed the powers of Europe to unite against him once again. Waterloo and the end. In 1814, the combined forces of Europe defeated Napoleon and exiled him to the island of Elba. But he escaped, returned to France, and briefly seized power once more, a period known in history as the 100 Days, which ended with his final defeat at the Battle of Waterloo in 1815. This time, he was exiled to the remote island of St. Helena in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, where he died in 1821. Conclusion and legacy. Napoleon Bonaparte remains one of the most contradictory figures in history. On one hand, he created modernizing reforms, legal equality, and administrative systems. On the other, the wars he waged cost millions of lives. His legacy is still debated today. Hero or tyrant? Perhaps the answer is both.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.